Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai 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 Gauranga, Nitai 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 Gauranga, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे गौरा गौरा गौर हरे गौरा गौरा गौर हरे जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे जय सचिनंदन गौर हरे जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय किशोर किशोरी 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपद 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 जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद 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 जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल पिताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय शरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की नित्य लीला प्रविष्णु ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की, श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की, श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप्स श्री श्री किशोर किशोरी की, परम करुणा श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की, गंगा माई यमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, शिल प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, युगधर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की, श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, समावेत भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौ प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada lada daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakyaha. Silatangana Kalaye. Ito Nasimha Bharato Nasimha. Yato yato yamitato nasimha. Bahir nasimha yudae nasimha. Narasimha madim sharanam prapate. Tabakara kamala bare nakham abhuta singham. Dalita hiranakashipu tanabringha. Keshavarita narahari rupa jajagadisha hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Savadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Narsim Hare, Jaya Narsim Hare. Jaya Pralan Mara, Jaya Pralan Mara, Jaya Pralan Mara, Jaya Bhakta Pralan. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nidai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nidai Gora Hari Bol. Vigna Vinasaka Krishna Sangye Baba Bani ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Go Premanande.
The main argument of the non-believers has always been that there are no evidence.
Please repeat after me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much for joining us this Sunday afternoon for Krishna Fest. On behalf of our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, I would like to welcome each and every one of you for our program. Is there anybody here for the very first time? Please come up, we have a small gift for you. Thank you. Thank you, and we hope to see you every Sunday, maybe more often. Last Sunday, Nityanand Pran Prabhu gave you the accounts for Rath Yatra. I would like to give you some updates on that. We have expenses totaling somewhere around $25,000, and after his announcements last Sunday, there were some generous donations. We were able to collect somewhere around $22,000. So we are still short of $3,000 to break even. So we want to close these accounts as soon as possible. So I would request you, all of you, to kindly help us and be generous in making some contribution towards the Rath Yatra festival. So you can pay either by check, you can pay on the kiosk outside in the lobby, and if you want to pay online, you can go to iskconchicago.com and you may kindly pay with PayPal. And there is a category of Rath Yatra mentioned on PayPal and kiosk. So just specify that so that the money can be posted in the right account. Thank you so much for that. Also, yesterday we started a 6-session program or a seminar in the evening called, in the short, it is DYS. Or, no, it is Discover Yourself, yes, DYS. So Arjun Gopa Prabhu conducting the seminar, and it is mainly for people who are new to Krishna consciousness. Yesterday was the first seminar. There are 5 more sessions to go. So if you are interested, you can go on our website and register for it, or you can come to attend the program next Saturday in the evening. The details are available on our website. Today's class is given by a very, very special guest. I'm hesitant to call her a guest because she, has more right on this temple than anybody else. She had been serving Kishore Kishori together with her husband for a very, very long time. And now lately they have been distributing mercy of Lord Chaitanya all over America, traveling to one place and other places and so on. So let's welcome Dhankeli Mataji with a loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol! The topic is God is hiding. Her classes are very, very interesting. Lot of message. So please pay attention. And if you have children with you, kindly make sure that they don't disturb the class. If you have a cell phone with you, do you have one? Then please switch it off or put it on vibrate mode. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Maybe those who are sitting far, far away can move forward. At one point, we will be showing a little video clip on this wall. So we'll start with Jai Radha Madhava. Is this on? Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaridhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaridhari. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaridhari Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaridhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaridhari Shri Kishore Kishori ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pastacha Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. So everyone here who are parents know that children love to ask questions. Yes? So when we were children, we also liked to ask questions. Many questions. So I remember when I was 6 years old, I asked my mother, "What does God look like?" And to my great surprise and great disappointment, my mother said, "I don't know." And I said, "What do you mean you don't know?" Then I said, "Well, who does know? Because I want to know, what does God look like?" And she told me, "Nobody knows what God looks like." So then my next question was, then how do you know God even exists? How do you know it's not just a fairy tale? And she said, "Because my mother told me." And then I said, "Okay, well, how does Grandma know that God exists?" And she said, because her mother told her. I saw where that was going. So then, going to school and going to church, I asked similar questions. How do we know that God exists? And basically, I got the same answer every time I asked, which was, just believe. Just accept it. That was very unsatisfying because I wasn't attracted to religious dogma. Dogma means just saying this is the way it is and you have to accept it. So for many years, I became an agnostic and I didn't consider religion very seriously. And instead, I decided to pursue studies in material science, chemistry, to be specific. Because I thought, well, this is a science. It gives yes and no answers to questions. No subjectivity here. It's all objective. So I spent many years in that field of study. And ultimately, what did I realize? That the field of science has become as dogmatic as religions in this world. In fact, you can hardly find true science in this world. True science means that one makes observations, then one poses hypotheses based on those observations, then one conducts experiments to test their hypothesis, and then, through further observation, getting results from their experiments, they can come to certain conclusions. I gradually learned that what passes as science in the world today is actually something else, which is called scientism. Have you heard of it? Scientism. Scientism means the dogmatic teaching that what we can know through our empirical senses, our empirical research with our senses, that's the only thing you can know, and that empiricism is the only valid method for obtaining knowledge. So they say that when we do our scientific research, we don't find God, do we? The more we delve into the micro levels of atoms and single cellular, species, we don't find God. So they say lack of evidence means evidence of lack. You understand? They say we have not gotten any evidence for the existence of God in our physics labs, in our chemistry labs, our biology labs. We have not been able to come up with any hard evidence for God. So there's a lack of evidence, right? So they conclude that a lack of evidence means that this is evidence of lack, that this is evidence that God is lacking. There's no God. I again became disappointed with that dogma. Somehow it didn't sit right with me. Then the teachings of intelligent design came. The intelligent design school teaches that the scientific evidence or the scientific discoveries, whatever they learn through scientific inquiry, can indeed be evidence for the existence of God. They make many interesting arguments. There's different schools in the field of intelligent design. But basically they say that there's plenty of evidence in the world that basically proves the existence of God. But for every time they come up with such an argument, the scientismists come up with a counter argument. And they keep going back and forth like, playing badminton or something, back and forth with their arguments and counter arguments. So I gave up on that too. Intelligent design didn't completely satisfy me. Then I came across the Hare Krishnas. And usually when you meet Hare Krishnas, what do? They end up giving you some literature. So I got the first volume of the Srimad Bhagavatam. I couldn't even pronounce the title. I brought that book home, and as with any book, you begin with the preface. So I was reading the preface, Srila Prabhupada's preface. And there, what did I find? Srila Prabhupada wrote, Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental science. As soon as I read that, red flags. Red flags. Transcendental, okay, that means like, spiritual, religious. And I already determined religion is dogmatic. And then he used the word science. And I already determined that science was dogmatic. So I'm ready now for double dogmatism here. So being a patient person, I decided to read on. So Srila Prabhupada said, Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental science. That simply by a careful reading, one will know God perfectly well. So much so that the reader will be sufficiently educated to defend himself from the onslaught of atheists. Over and above this, the reader will be able to convert others to accepting God as a concrete principle. So my doubtful mind immediately became attracted, actually, because this was the first time that I heard somebody say that by doing this, in this case reading Srimad Bhagavatam, one will know God perfectly well. And then all of a sudden, all the questions that I had as a kid just came back to my memory. Knowing God perfectly well knows I'll know what God looks like, and so many other things. So I found this to be a very attractive invitation. Srila Prabhupada was not simply saying that we can know about God. He was saying that we can know God. And there's a difference, right? You can know about the President of the United States, but do you know the President of the United States? So this was a very interesting proposal. And it's very natural for a philosophical mind to want to know about God, because after all, we have more advanced, developed consciousness than the animals. So it's natural for us to want to know about God. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, then, is claiming that we can know God perfectly well. And a part of knowing God is also knowing about God. Maybe before we proceed further, we could show a little video clip. I have a 13-minute video here called Does God Exist? Maybe we should shut the lights off, make it a little easier to see. It'll be projected on this wall over here. This video clip is simply to appeal to our intelligence with some common sense arguments about the existence of God. So I thought we could start with this and then take it from there. Let's see what happens.
Common sense says yes, and a few say no. Since the year of existence of mankind, the believers have been challenged about the existence of God. The main argument of the non-believers has always been that there are no evidences to prove that God does exist. However, here we provide certain rational thoughts and facts to give a much different perspective of the subject. When we come across a painting such as Mona Lisa, definitely we inquire about the painter, Leonardo da Vinci. Many such man-made wonders do exist. To name a few: the Taj Mahal, India; the Palm Jumeirah, Dubai; Dreamliner, Boeing 787, International Space Station Hotel, Oasis of the Seas, Burj Khalifa, cars, robots, phones. The list is unending. There is definitely the intelligence of some intelligent being or beings involved behind such creations. So, who has created what we have not created? Such as the human eye. The human eye is among the most complex organs in our body. It perceives 7 to 10 million colors through a synaptic flash, that is, 1/10 of a second. Who is the designer and creator of the human eye? And also of many other remarkably wonderful things, such as the list is unending. A complex design points to deliberate designer. Modern scientific research shows that the amount of fine-tuning of the universe is considerably surprising. The particularity of the details quite vividly points to an intelligent designer. Let's see some of the examples. First, speed of Earth's rotation. If the Earth rotates too quickly, we will have too many storms like tornadoes and hurricanes. And if it rotates too slowly, it will be too cold at night and too hot during the day. Did the planet Earth learn on itself about its perfect speed? Or is it being monitored just like a satellite is monitored by hundreds of scientists together? Second, size of Earth. The Earth's size and its corresponding gravity holds a thin layer of mostly nitrogen and oxygen gases, only extending about 50 miles above the Earth's surface. If Earth was smaller, an atmosphere would be impossible. If Earth were larger, its atmosphere would contain free hydrogen, which would make life impossible. Who gave it the perfect size? Third, location of Earth. Although it revolves around at a tremendous speed of nearly 67,000 miles per hour, it manages to maintain its position at the exact distance. Furthermore, it's found that if the Earth were any further away from the Sun, we would all freeze. Any closer and we would burn. Who thus pinned the planet Earth at the exact fitting distance from the Sun? And that's just about one planet Earth in our huge universe. Similar observations have been recorded by the scientists for other such massive bodies. Who finally designed the entire planetary systems? Some of the scientists may say it just happened by chance. Does that sound like science then? Any sane man endowed with reason would question about the designer when he sees a good design. So in the similar spirits, we should inquire, where does the fine-tuned design of the universe come from? Order in the universe implies a smart organizer. When we reflect upon the nature of our world, we see order everywhere. The more we discover about the universe, the more we find that it is governed by rational laws. With our apt intelligence, we are trying to come up with the concept of symbiotic factory. Symbiotic factory refers to a system in which the waste of one factory, say A, is completely utilized by another factory, say B, as its resource or raw material, and the waste of factory B is completely utilized by factory A as its resource. Such a concept sounds ecologically brilliant and economically smart as a whip. However, it inevitably remains theoretical. But to the much of our surprise, such symbiotic factories do exist in the universe. One such arrangement is the cycle of respiration and photosynthesis. At every moment, we breathe in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, which is taken in by plants, which continue to give out oxygen. Oxygen is life-sustaining, and carbon dioxide is life-destroying, if present in excessive quantity. There is a magnificent balanced system in nature which exactly takes in the waste product of respiration, carbon dioxide, and gives out the raw material for respiration, oxygen, through the process of photosynthesis. Can the best of the scientists make such a symbiotic factory setup, where waste product of one factory completely acts as the raw material for the other and vice versa? Now, since the universe has order and is governed by the laws of science, we should question how this order came about. Shouldn't there be an organizer behind all these complex arrangements in the nature? Speaking about the laws, uniform laws of nature connotes an intelligent lawmaker. Much of life may seem uncertain, but look at what we can count on day after day. Gravity remains constant. A hot cup of coffee left on a counter will get cold, and the earth rotates the same in 24 hours. How is that we can identify laws of nature that never change? Why is the universe so orderly, so reliable? The great scientists believe there are no logical necessities for a universe that obeys rules, let alone one that abides by the rules of mathematics. It is easy for them to imagine a universe in which conditions unpredictably change instant to instant. Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize winner for quantum electrodynamics, said, "Why nature is mathematical is a mystery. The fact that there are rules at all is a kind of miracle." In our day-to-day life, we don't have any experience of a law which has not been made by someone. The forming of every single law and its enforcement is always governed by an intelligent person. So it's truly rational to infer that the universal laws and their strict enforcement imply the existence of a lawmaker. A creation undisputedly implies a creator. Now, if there is a designer, there is an organizer, there is a lawmaker, then definitely when we see the entire universe, we can infer that there is a creator. When even a paper rose flower needs a creator, then how can the real rose flower be created by no one? Many even say that the nature is working automatically, thus denying the need of a creator. They argue that seeing any divinity or God controlling nature is just a sentimental longing coming from an unscientific mentality. So, does nature work automatically? The word automatically used in this context is somewhat misleading because automatically doesn't indicate the absence of a controller, but rather the absence of knowledge of the controller. When we say that a machine works automatically, what it means is that the machine doesn't require continuous interaction with the operator, but still there is an operator who activates the machine and monitors its working. For example, a child may be astounded by looking at a toy moving automatically, but a wise person will never be misled into the same conclusion as the inexperienced child. Similarly, the magnificent phenomena in nature are not occurring by themselves, as someone may imagine, like the naive child. All natural phenomena are working under the expert, though remote and therefore invisible programming of God, as has been the conclusion throughout history of many wise people, both religious and scientific. Thus, it is that the famous physicist Lord Kelvin asserted, "If you think deeply enough, you will be forced by science to believe in God." Max Planck, the originator of quantum theory, remarked, "For religion, God is at the beginning. For science, God is at the end." In Vedanta Sutra, the concise summary of the Vedic literatures, we find similar conclusions. Janmadyasya yataha. God, or absolute truth, Brahman, is the source of everything. Likewise, Lord Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita that He, the Supreme Absolute Truth, is the source of all worlds and everything emanates from Him. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matha sarvam pravartate.
So this video appeals to our common sense about the existence of God. But someone with common sense will then ask why we cannot see God. If all these wonderful things in nature seem to appeal to our common sense and make us say, oh, there's probably a God, a creator behind all of this, then the next question is, but then why is He not visible to us? So this is where the teachings of Bhagavad Gita come in. After I grew up in my Christian upbringing, schools and churches, after I studied, science at a higher levels of education, I was never satisfied with any answers until I started reading Bhagavad Gita. Does anybody here not own a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, with translations and explanations by our spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada? Some of you do not have a copy. If you do not have a copy of this Bhagavad Gita, please do yourself a really big favor that when you leave after dinner, after lunch, please pick a copy up in the front lobby, because this is the actual book of knowledge. He's already running to get his. So the question then is, well, then if you are thinking that there is a God behind all this, then why can we not perceive him? So this is where the teachings of Bhagavad Gita come in to clear up all the doubts and all the confusions. So in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, in the 25th verse, Krishna says, just, straight out, he says that Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha, that I am never visible to those foolish people who think that by empirical methods they are going to see me. I am never visible to people who think that by empirical methods we will prove the existence of God, nor to those who think that by empirical research we will disprove the existence of God. He says, I reserve the right to be revealed when I want to reveal myself. So I cover myself with a curtain. Similarly, in that that same chapter, Krishna says that just as when you have a necklace, a pearl necklace, so when you look at it, you see all the pearls. But what you don't see is the string that is connecting all the pearls together. So he says, I am like that thread that is hiding within the pearls. He also says in the 9th chapter, in the 10th verse, that Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hetunanena konteya jagad viparivartate. This material nature which you see is acting very wonderfully. It is acting so wonderfully that it is producing all the bodies of the moving and non-moving entities and everything inanimate also. And by its rule, this material manifestation is manifested and unmanifested. However, Krishna says, this wonderful, amazing, awesome material energy is actually acting under my direction. The material energy works so wonderfully, and the scientists are very impressed with it. Very impressed with it. And the deeper they go into studying it, they realize there's another layer we have to go deeper, and another dimension we have to go, it'll never end. This material nature is so amazing, it actually appears as though matter on its own is conducting all the affairs within this universe, including the creation of the bodies of the living entities. But Krishna says, no, I am hiding behind that material energy. And I'm actually the director of that material energy. So in philosophy, there's a Latin term that Thomas Aquinas and another philosopher actually came up with this idea. The Latin term is Deus absconditus. Deus absconditus. It means God is hiding. And he's hiding so well behind the material nature. One French novelist named Marcel Proust, he had this statement. He said, it has even been said that the highest praise of God consists in the denial of him by the atheist who finds the creation so perfect that he can dispense with a creator. You understand? God's creation is so perfect that the atheist can't find him in that creation. So he considers the creation so perfect that he can dispense with the Creator. So Marcel Proust said, "This is the highest praise of God." One time somebody challenged Srila Prabhupada that nobody has seen God. You've heard like that? You've heard people say like that? Show me God. Nobody has seen God. Like my mother said, nobody knows what God looks like. Srila Prabhupada said, no. The problem is, you haven't seen the man who has seen God. So this is the Krishna consciousness movement, to actually train us how we can see God. It sounds like a big proposal, like a kind of like, yeah, right, we'll see if that's true, right? But Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita, in the 11th chapter, that you can never see me through any kind of effort. You cannot see me through empirical research. You cannot see me by performing austerities or giving charity, pious acts. He said, you cannot see me by studying the scriptures. He says, believe it or not, you cannot even see me by worship. Now that almost sounds like, well, then how in the world are you ever going to see God? So in the very next verse, Krishna says, you can see me in one way. How many people here would like to see God? Yeah, that's why we're all here. When I went to church as a little kid, my mother took us to church for the first time when I was about 5 years old. She didn't take us to church when we were smaller because, kids make noise and like that. So I got to go to church when I was 5 years old, and I was so excited because I was told that church is the house of God. Now, when you go to Grandma's house, who do you see? When you go to Uncle Joe's house, who do you see? So I thought, I'm going to God's house, I'm finally going to meet God. Needless to say, I was very disappointed because all I saw were a bunch of human beings. But here, Krishna is actually revealing how we can actually see him. So he tells Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, you can see me directly through the process of pure devotional service. What is pure devotional service? It is not a material activity. Why is Krishna known through pure devotional service? Pure devotional service means serving with love. All of us are serving. We serve our boss at work for a paycheck, right? We serve our government so we don't get put in jail by not paying our taxes or something. But real service means to serve simply with love. No motive, no expectation of anything coming in return. So Krishna says, wherever I am actually approached and served with love, there I will reveal myself. Now, don't we all behave like that? Don't we all like to go to that place where we have loving relationships? How many of us like to go to places where we're not appreciated and nobody loves us? We all want to go to that assembly, that association, where we have loving relationships. Similarly, Krishna means the all-attractive personality of Godhead. He says he reveals himself whenever and wherever there is that cultivation of bhakti. Bhakti means love for Krishna. Not love for my country, love for my pet dog, love for pizza. It specifically means love for Krishna. So that is where Krishna will reveal himself. He'll come out of hiding. So it's actually within our power to bring God out of hiding. So this is the greatest science, the transcendental science. And it begins, well, one of the first instructions, that Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavad Grayam Indriyai Sevan Mukhe Hi Jivado Swayam Eva Sparati Yada. There it is said that the Lord, his name, his form, what he looks like, his personality, his activities, his qualities, can never be known by our blunt material senses. But if one begins to perform loving devotional service, beginning with one's tongue, then Krishna will surely reveal his transcendental nature of his name, form, qualities, and activities. So what does it mean to perform devotional service beginning with one's tongue? This is where the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra comes in. So just 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spread the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a sacred mantra, transcendental sound vibration, which gives mystic elevation of consciousness. The Hare Krishna movement is inviting people. Prabhupada invited, I read, right, in the preface of his Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada said that one can know God perfectly well, so much so that one will be able to be sufficiently educated to defend himself from the onslaught of atheists. One will know God perfectly well. This is the result of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one's consciousness becomes mystically elevated. What is that elevation? That one can actually start to perceive something beyond matter. Currently, we can only perceive whatever hits our senses, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, sense of touch, taste. That's all we can perceive. And because we think reality is what I perceive, that's our reality, this concrete material world. But Krishna is inviting us, Lord Chaitanya is inviting us to experience a higher dimensional world, a different level of consciousness. So how many people here are actually attracted to dogmatic religiosity? No, we're not interested in dogmatism. We're not interested in religious dogmatism, and we're not interested in scientific, so-called scientific dogmatism. What we're all looking for is an experience. We want an experience. So this is what the Krishna consciousness movement is making available to us. An opportunity to actually experience the existence of the all-attractive personality, Krishna. And it says it begins with the tongue. So by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, it is explained that by chanting, our consciousness becomes purified, our ability to perceive and experience becomes uplifted. One doesn't have to take mind-expanding or hallucinogenic drugs. Those might expand our consciousness into some realms of other realms of material consciousness. But the Hare Krishna mantra is meant to take our consciousness transcendentally out of the material sphere. So when the original disciples of Srila Prabhupada in 1967 were advertising Hare Krishna Kirtan in San Francisco, they advertised it by saying, "Stay high forever." And Srila Prabhupada approved of their flyer. The Stay High Forever program. So this is the Stay High Forever program, that by chanting Hare Krishna, our consciousness becomes elevated and we can actually perceive God. In the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna says that this process of Krishna consciousness is the perfection of religion. Why? Because it allows pratyaksha. It allows direct perception by the self of the truth. We don't have to just believe or accept somebody's opinion on the matter. So, by the mercy of our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, who came to America 50 years ago, 1965, we all have the opportunity to take up this process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. There's no cost. You don't have to have any official initiation to do it. You don't even have to be sinless. You don't have to be, erudite, full of knowledge. Anybody can take up the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. And by so doing, one can get their own results through direct experience and be free from being attacked by so much dogma. So this is the gift of our spiritual master, and we're simply requesting everyone, especially those of you who are more new to the process of Krishna consciousness, to please consider this subject matter, that if God exists, don't I want to see him? And why should I accept the very weak argument that nobody can see God? That is simply a cop-out. So we shouldn't allow ourselves to be cheated by such cheap propaganda. Rather, we should be heroes. We should be heroes. And we should stand up and make a declaration that I'm going to perceive God and I'm going to take up the proper process. So they say that the test of the pudding is in the tasting. So please take the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra home with you. Take it to the laboratory of your life. Do the experiment. Measure the results. And then you can report back to us what you discovered. And we can compare our results. So I'll stop there and see if there's any questions or discussion.
Hare Krishna Madhuri. Like when we come to Krishna consciousness, and there are many subjects, especially like creation of universe and other things, which is not quite logically understood. And then devotees say that accept it because Prabhupada is saying, and Krishna has also mentioned it. So would that thinking be considered dogmatic?
Yes, so he's bringing up a nice point that there's so much that's going to be described in the scripture. For example, like the process of how the material world came to be, how all the species of life came to be, etc., 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 that we can't prove ourselves by experiencing ourselves. So aren't we being asked to just dogmatically accept it? It's like this. If I tell you that salt dissolves in water, you don't have to believe me. You can go home and put some salt in water and it dissolves. Then I tell you something else. Sugar dissolves in water. You take that home and you put the sugar in the water and by golly, it dissolves. You start having faith in what I say. So things that I say that you cannot experiment with, you have two choices. Either choose to not believe it and not accept it, or choose to say, well, I have faith in this person because so far everything they've told me, I can verify. So let me take those things that I can verify and put it to the test and get my own personal verification. And those things that I cannot yet verify, let me put them on the shelf and either with faith, at least theoretically accept it. Prabhupada said in his introduction to Bhagavad Gita that one should at least theoretically accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, doubts and faith, they're always competing with each other. When the sun is in the sky, we can see the sun, right? That big ball of fire. But when do we see the sun? We see the sun when it rises on its own accord. It doesn't rise by our demanding that it rises. But what happens before the sun rises? What do you perceive? Yes, you don't perceive the sun, but you perceive some light coming on the horizon. Right now it's pitch black, but at around 4:30 in the morning or something, there's light coming in the sky. So what does that lead you to say? The sun is coming, the sun is coming. You cannot say, I saw the sun, or I'm seeing the sun. But you can say that I'm seeing the sun rise. So the symptoms that the sun is rising, or is about to appear on the horizon, the symptoms are that the sunshine comes. Similarly, the Krishna sun needs to rise in our life. When we actually see the Krishna sun, Krishna, then everything in relation to him, how the material world came to be, etc., 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 will also be concomitantly revealed. So I might not be at that stage where I'm seeing Krishna, but I am seeing the Krishna sun rising in my life. And what does that mean? I see the Krishna sun rising in my life. Well, Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure and love. So as that Krishna sun begins to rise in our life, we start feeling the effects of pleasure and love. We start feeling the pushings and pullings of the senses diminish. We start seeing our relationships with other living entities coming to a higher platform of consciousness. So many things we'll start seeing happening in our lives. Material miseries will dissipate. Auspiciousness arises. Transcendental knowledge becomes manifest. So those things which we cannot perceive and cannot verify, we can only choose to say, I'm not going to believe it. But is that not, many people say, oh, you believe something. Oh, you believe something. That's less intelligent. But is it not also less intelligent to say, I don't believe it, I reject it? Blind faith and blind rejection are equally poor. So we are asking people to have educated faith. How many people here have seen an electron? Raise your hand if you have seen an electron. Not a single person in this room. How many people in here believe that electrons exist? Why? You nonsense. Why do you believe in electrons? Have you seen the electron? Huh? Have you seen it, tasted it, smelled it, heard it? You haven't seen an electron. So why are you all just so, I believe in electrons? Well, because my chemistry professor told me. How does your chemistry professor know that electrons exist? Well, because the person that, did the experiments in the laboratory and came up with these, whatever they come up with. In common life, we are accepting tons of things simply on belief. You have not experimented it. You have not experienced it, I'm sorry. You have not experienced an electron, and most likely you cannot even go make the experiment so that you can experience an electron. It requires years and years and years of laboratory training. Then you have to go to these big, particle accelerators. And you have to really know how to use them, and then you got to push the right buttons, and then it comes out with a picture, and you're supposed to be able to interpret the picture. So if just ordinary life requires, how many people here have flown on an airplane? How many people, when you flew on that airplane, you knew for a fact that when this airplane takes off, it is definitely going to land at its destination safely? Raise your hand if you knew that. How many people, despite not knowing that this tin can, which has a motor on it, is going to fly me over the Atlantic Ocean and land in Europe or India or wherever it's going to land, despite having no knowledge that it's actually going to succeed successfully, we put our faith in that tin can and that little fallible human being called a pilot that drives the thing. And not only did we put our faith there, we put our bucks there too. Here's $1,000 to take my life into risk. So we are not willing to put our faith in the Hare Krishna mantra. We are not willing to put our faith in the words of the self-realized spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. But we are more than willing to put our faith and our hard-earned money to an airline which, can't promise that we're actually going to make it across the Atlantic Ocean. So everybody is functioning. Unless you experience something, you are acting with faith. Your free will allows you to choose what to have faith in. But nobody can say, I do not function on the level of faith. Simply, where am I reposing my faith? That is the only choice that we're making with our human life. Is that all right? Okay, thank you. Jai Jagannath Prabhu.
I had a question, but maybe I'll just ask another question in continuance of this sort of discussion. When spiritual literatures describe material phenomena, I notice that many devotees, they do have a hard time with those sorts of descriptions. And my sense of it is that we tend to forget the purpose for those descriptions, and we're looking more for empirical confirmation of, let's say, well, what the scientists are saying, it's also said here, and therefore this is true because it's verified by material scientists as well. But then we don't keep in mind the purpose of the descriptions of the material phenomena have nothing to do with the purposes of the same descriptions, perhaps, given by empiricists or material scientists and so on. And therefore, not keeping in view the purpose of the descriptions, confusion arises.
Yes, so just as empiricists are guilty when they say God does not exist because we can't empirically prove his existence, and they're guilty when they say only empiricism can give rise to knowledge and truth. There is no other method for obtaining knowledge. Similarly, practitioners on the transcendental path are also guilty when they say that our scriptures can explain material phenomena better or more correctly than the scientists can explain material phenomena. There's two separate things going on, and they don't intersect each other. One is material empiricism, material science, which gives us information and knowledge and experience of matter and the laws that govern matter. Then there's the transcendental science, which Prabhupada mentioned in his preface to Srimad Bhagavatam. The transcendental science gives us knowledge, information, the opportunity to experience, the methodology by which we can experience that which falls in the non-material realm. These two sciences do not intersect or overlap, nor do they mutually exclude each other. They are simply like twins, like two individuals. So if the scripture is found to give some description of the phenomenal world, it is not meant to supplant any descriptions given by modern science. Any descriptions of the material realm given by the scriptures is actually speaking from a different dimension, from a different purpose, from a different angle of vision. And it's meant to simply glorify, actually, how Krishna's potencies, his material energies, and many, many, many different types of energies that Krishna has, are acting and working ultimately under his direction. And that they are so awesome themselves, so what to speak of how awesome is the controller of those potencies. So how many people here are working in the IT field, information technology? Yes, many people here. So Krishna consciousness is non-material information technology. So we invite you to quit your job. We invite you to quit your job as a material IT person and take up the job of non-material IT. This is Krishna consciousness, giving us the transcendental technology. Transcendental technology or techniques by which each and every one of us can become a fully God-realized person. Non-material IT. Well, you can fill out your application form after the class is over. Any final questions or comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the class. So, if I'm trying to describe, I guess, like the experience and like the function of like attentive chanting, of like doing it properly to someone who's never chanted before, would it be fair to use that that metaphor from the video about the symbiotic factory? Like they use the material example of photosynthesis. So could I say that attentive chanting, not like laundry list chanting where I'm planning my day, but like actually like dialing in, like trying to make the connection, is that is that like a symbiotic factory type relationship? Is that a fair analogy, or would I just be misleading people?
Well, when I saw that description of a symbiotic factory, it did not come to mind that could be used to describe chanting. But if you're able to explain that somehow to your audience nicely, all analogies really are only as powerful as your explanation of them. So analogy means just as A is to B, so C is to D. So we compare A to C and B to D, and we say, just like A is related to B, similarly C is related to D. So if you can figure out how to describe the chanting in analogy to that symbiotic factory, that would be wonderful. I personally am not able to do that right on the spot here. Any other questions or comments before we finish? Okay, one last. Nothing from the Mataji's side here. Okay.
Thank you so much for such an inspirational talk, Mataji. My question is, the reason that we tend to put our faith, if you will, in scientific or material, you use the example of the airplane, is because there's been documented proof that, yeah, not every time maybe you get to India on an airplane, but yes, you do. So I'm sure there was apprehension when the first flight took because no one was sure. So with that vein, our goal is to see Krishna, and this method is the process that will help us to get there. So is it safe to assume that people who've been practicing Krishna consciousness for a long time, they all have seen Krishna, A, and then B, why isn't those people who have seen Krishna talk about it more to really cement it?
Seeing Krishna means like the final goal, right? So there's many levels in school, first grade, second grade, third grade. That's like postgraduate, final exam, perfection, A+++. Generally, devotees who have become so elevated that they've directly seen Krishna are not necessarily going to broadcast it. I mean, this is one thing I want to say, that devotees who have actually gotten to that level where they've seen Krishna, they might not advertise it or broadcast it because, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that foolish people deride me when they see me in human society. Krishna appeared on this planet 5,000 years ago, and he said that those who did not have love for me, when they saw me, they just derided me. They were offensive. Similarly, if a person doesn't actually have love and appreciation for Krishna, if somebody who does see Krishna tries to explain to that person that they've seen Krishna, what will be the reaction of that person? For example, one time somebody challenged Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, but have you seen God? Have you seen God? And Prabhupada said, if I give you the answer, will you accept my answer? Yeah, but have you seen God? I will give you my answer, but if I give you my answer, will you accept it? And finally that person says, yeah, okay, I'll accept your answer. And Prabhupada said, yes, I am seeing Krishna at every moment. Now you accept it. So, those who have seen Krishna will reveal to us that they have experienced Krishna when they know that our ability to receive that revelation is there. We have to become proper recipients of revelation. Just as you mentioned that scientists or whatever, they've documented that 500 planes landed safely by flying from Chicago to Delhi. So we have documentation that planes fly safely. Only one crashed. Oh well, a few hundred lives lost. That's all right. But 499 out of 500 were successful. So now we put faith that I can fly a next airplane because there's documentation. Well, there is documentation of advanced devotees seeing Krishna directly. That is what the Srimad Bhagavatam is all about. If you don't have the Srimad Bhagavatam, well, first you have to start with the Bhagavad Gita, which is 1 volume. Then we have the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is 18 thick volumes. It takes a nice, healthy shelf in your library. The Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but descriptions of the interactions between the Lord and his devotees through different times, places, and circumstances throughout the entire universe. So there's much documentation. There's much documentation of devotees experiencing Krishna face to face. We have to have the qualification to read that and benefit from it. It's our choice to put our faith in the Srimad Bhagavatam or in the Chicago Tribune. How many of us read the newspapers and read all these mundane magazines and novels and television, etc.? Oh, come on, be honest. Right? Everybody. Why do we spend our time doing that? Because we have faith that by consuming this information or disinformation, that I'm going to benefit. It's either going to make me happy, or it's going to make me knowledgeable, or it's going to make me prepared. I don't know. Everybody has faith in mundane information. So we're saying that we think you're making a poor choice. And we would like to humbly request you to please turn the toggle from putting faith in material IT, put your faith in non-material IT. Do the experiment, report back what your results are. There's no other way. There is no other way except by making the experiment. How will you ever know? Even if 99% of the people in this room said, yes, I did the experiment and it worked. I saw Krishna. Well, so what? You haven't seen Krishna. That's what the problem is. You haven't seen Krishna. And what happens when we actually meet Krishna? He's the reservoir of all pleasure and all love. All the problems in the world will be solved. All of our problems will be solved. All of the problems in the world will be solved. We will no longer require newspapers to report the problems. So it doesn't matter whether 99% of the people in this room have experienced Krishna or if they have not experienced Krishna. What matters is, have I experienced Krishna? I want to experience Krishna. That's the only proof that the science works. It's self-evident. I can't prove anything until I experience it, because actually, there's a saying that reality is what you perceive, and actually that's true. Actually, it's true. Until I perceive Krishna, how can I accept him as real? So faith has to evolve into experience. So that's what we're offering. So please take home some of our textbooks. We have scientific textbooks in the front lobby. One's called Bhagavad Gita and one's called Srimad Bhagavatam. Take them home and do the experiment and benefit from the results. Okay, we'll stop there. And now we'll invite everybody to go upstairs for prasadam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurang Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Advaita Gadadhara Shri Govinda. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
This seat is hot. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hi.